Hi everyone, it's Tom Hawk here with Trailer Music Academy, and today I'm going to be showing you a new sample library called Risenge Pro from the developers Keepforest. Now, this one is a hard-hitting trailer sample library focused on epic trailer effects, and we'll get into that in a lot more detail in a second. First of all, I'm going to show you this track by Max Pitzek, and please correct me if I'm saying your name wrong, Max. And this track was composed using this sample library as well as a few other sample libraries for the more tonal stuff. There's a separate video where you can watch Max's doorcast of how he used this sample library, what sounds he used, and that will be linked below. So for now, let's get straight through this. We're going to listen to this track and then we're going to go into checking out the sample library in more depth. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. That's it. That's the track. So now let's move on to checking out this sample library. So let's just get rid of this for now. Okay, so let's go check this out. So we have it here, Risenge Pro. Okay, so it comes like this. You're going to have Risenge Pro, and this is the Pro version of the sample library. You're going to have the combined NKI, layers and hit, rise and hit, suck back and hit, and whoosh and hit. It doesn't look like a lot, because there's just a few patches, but let's get into it and you will see how much there actually is to it. So you need Contact 6 for this sample library to work. It won't work in Contact 5 or lower anymore. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's just play something and see what we get. Okay, so that seems like there's a lot going on, but let's simplify it nice and easily. What we have here is the main interface, okay? And at the moment, we have a sound being triggered here. This is where you trigger different sounds. So whatever key you hit is going to trigger a different sound or set of sounds mixed together, as you can see. And then here on the left in the red keys, this is where we select what note we want to play. So say we're in... Let's check that out. So that's how we change the notes here, whatever key we're in, okay? All right, so let's go into this in a bit more depth. every time you play a key, so let's just take this one, for example. Now what we've actually going on here is several different sounds. So what we can do in this interface is we can actually solo the sounds. So let's just check this out. You can hear that one side chained. Okay. Over here to the other side. Some nice artifacts in the end there. Standard hit. All right, and you get the idea. So that's how it's all added up. Now what's really interesting is you can actually kind of check out all of these sounds and how these sounds are created. So as a side note, this is a really cool thing to check out if you're interested in doing your own sound design. You can actually see how these kind of hits are created, and well, these effects, you know, with the hits, the downers, the risers, all of this kind of thing, how it all works together. Now obviously we can select different combinations of sounds through these keys. So I was just hitting the C, go to D. Okay, so what we can actually do is randomize these sounds by holding down the Alt key and clicking, and it will give us a completely different sound. So we held down that G key. Now let's do the same, but let's just randomize a few things. I don't know if this is going to sound good. We'll have to try this out, I'm sure. Try out a few different things, but let's give this a listen. Interesting, different results there. So we can get a bunch of different things going. As you can see, you can kind of get some random ideas there and get different ideas flowing. Now let's just take this a little bit differently and let's explore this in here. So I come to the left, we're making those sounds louder. If we come to the right, we're making those sounds louder, and it gives you different kind of sound qualities. Now let's go to the left and do the same thing. Cool, let's go here. Which is pretty cool. So that's kind of like the more basics, bare bone, just hits and gentle rises. And this is more of your tonal stuff. So it's a cool way to quickly audition the sound differently to what you might like. And you can obviously play around with it a lot more, things like this. And you can see how much that's all changing. You can really kind of customize this to how you want. And this is just the beginning of how you can customize it. Tuning we have here as well. So you can see there how you can quickly change the sounds to really even make, like, for example, the sub booms have more impact. So it's a lot of versatility there that you can do. There's so much you could explore with that. Pretty cool, right? So again, more customization there. Then we have the filter. We go here. You can almost start it like for the second half like this. Almost like that, or getting thinner if you want to thin it out and then really make that drop have a big impact. There's a lot you could do there, and you can automate that as well. And then the scene is where we're basically making them sound closer or further away. So there's really a lot you can play around with here, and this is just going in one sound. And then what you can do is you can actually change the position of different hits, and say you want this, like say the drop hybrid 21, you want that to move around a bit. You can actually go in here and move them around if you really want to. And you can also obviously quantize them to the grid as well, so that it's all in time. You have your ADSR here, attack, decay, sustain, release, so you can really get in there, change that. You have delay, you have the reverbs in here that are inbuilt, you can change that. You can choose where the start timeline is. We can also go here. Now this is really interesting. Here we have the presets folder, and this is where it gets really in depth. So in the presets folder here, what we can do is you have the Keepforest presets, and you also have your user presets. So you could save your presets here if you wanted to, and save it, all of that kind of thing, and use it if you wanted to. Now this is really cool. So if you like customize this to how you want it, and then you can save that as a preset. The Keepforest presets are actually really awesome. So you have category toolkits, style toolkits, and build-ups. So you can choose like what kind of build-up you want, like a classic build-up, horror, tense build-up, style toolkits, like what style we want it in, and then categories. So let's check out a few of these. So we go click on one here, organic massive hits, and then we click here to load it up. Nice tail. This is where you can change all these. These are just massive organic hits. We can have punch hit, for example. We have mechanicals. Really cool. We have things like modern hybrid risers. Then we have a lot of different things like classic hits. Low hits. I think those would be good for like a organic sounding trailer track where it's not too hybrid, or maybe like during the intro when you don't want massive hits that are too high-end clackiness or anything, so that could be quite useful. And then yeah, we have a lot of different variations here, and have all the different keys for each style. So there's so many different options. We can go into style toolkit. So let's say we want something like epic cinematic toolkit, hits toolkit, sorry. We have horror mechanical hits. Insane. Action trailer toolkit. That's really cool, nice sort of build, cut, so loads of nice cut points and sync points for the editors there. Then we have build-ups like this. So let's say we want horror build-up. classic action build-up. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. You've got a lot of different things there that you can choose from. There's a lot of different menus. Okay, so one thing I want to check out here is also the random settings. So if I just press a key, okay, so that's just pressing that D there. Now if I click, these are your randomized things that we can do. That's a quick load. Go here, randomize the presets of all the keys. Let's go yes. So basically it's randomized. Ooh, my bad. It's randomized things. So it's like the sounds all randomized, basically. One more time. Pretty cool, right? Now let's go on randomize the key preset. Now, isn't that pretty awesome? So yeah, that's the randomized features there. And this, bear in mind, is just the first NKI file, which is basically where you have everything combined. Now we can check out the individual ones, which will show you what else there is. So we have layers and hits, rises and hits, suck back and hit, whoosh hits. And I'll just give you a quick idea of what else you get in here, what it sounds like. So there's a lot of options here for how you want to work with it. So if you just want the rises and hits together, or the layers with the hits and then have the rises just separate or whatever, it gives you a lot of control. These sound pretty cool. They've got some pretty cool sounds. And again, you have presets for these as well. So orchestral. Let's just check out a few more. Sci-Fi Toolkit. Let's check this out. So let's check out a few more of the other NKI files that you get, the other patches. So let's try Rise and Hit. That's like a long riser with a hit. So this is more focused on long rises and hits. Pretty cool. And again, we can go through and change these. Let's check out some of these presets. Let's try something like ultra high rise and hits. Let's try this. Pretty awesome. All right, let's just get through a few more of the other patches because I think you're getting a good idea of what this sample library sounds like, and you've got some really good options with all of those different ways of manipulating all the sounds as well within the interface. It's a really powerful interface with what you can change there. So let's go through these last two here. Check out some of the presets. Pretty cool sounds. Let's try a few others. Engine suckbacks and hits. Gives you an idea how you can change the pitch there. Pretty cool. Horror, suckback, and hits. Let's check these out. That sounds really cool. Really cool. Okay, so let's get down to the last NKI file. Like I said, these are all really cool sounds, really modern, really clean, very nicely processed and mixed. So these are really awesome to stick in your project, and you could really, you could build a track just using a trailer track using this as the foundation to kind of, for all your hit points and sync points, and then you can start writing stuff around it. It could be quite cool to start a track out that way. There's some really cool hybrid sounds in here. So we got different presets here. Some more organic hits. Short hits too. Let's end on metal massive hits. Okay, I hope that's given you a good idea of what you can expect to see from this sample library. There will be links down below where you can go check it out on Keepforest's website. And for those of you who are Trailer Music Academy students, you can actually get a educational discount. So you can reach out to Keepforest and show that you're enrolled in a Trailer Music Academy course, and they will sort you out with a student discount, which is nice of them to do. So yeah, if you're a student, go check that out. All right then, so we've covered this sample library, and I hope this has given you an idea of what you can expect from it. As you can see, there's quite a lot of variations with what you can do. I think There's a lot of differences in all these patches, what you can do. It's really flexible and really malleable to what you want to do with it, which is really cool. I really like this combined patch just to give you an idea of, say you want to have this break before the climax or after it, or you need to have some sort of big edit points going and you need some inspiration even to just get it started, to get like a pattern going. You could start with something like this. Really awesome, right? And then say you're working a specific genre. So say you're trying to do something like a horror one, you have all these horror presets in there, you have organic presets, short whooshes, like it just gives you a lot of different options here. So it's a really good starting point, I think, and a really good tool to have if you're working really quickly, because, you know, when you're on a tight deadline, if you have a custom project, for example, this might come in really handy, or if you just need some inspiration for different combinations of how you're going to fill out that big edit point sequence in your track. So I hope this has been valuable, and I hope you've got something from this and you've seen what this sample library is like. And if you want to check out that video of Max's demo, then check out the links down below. You can find that there and watch it and see, you know, how he used it, what patches he's used, and then go check out the sample library on Keepforest's website. Okay, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.